Absolutely.
I
With
think
that
they're just,
limited,
yeah, I guess they're just saying maybe if like some people don't want to spend that, but I feel like if you've already like spent that much to get that score, they're gonna want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just
But
it's weird.
I did see some people on the Facebook group saying like they were like literally asking like I qualify for priority Q2, but is it worth it for me to spend the 7.99? And some people are like commenting like yes, no, yes, no.
The ones telling them no are trying to screw them. They're like, yeah, you don't want to do it. It's the worst one out ever.
Did they already
I
release like
would.
show all the moments that because it's the is it legend is it from the finals right?
Yeah, it includes some from the finals.
Like Giannis's
It has the Giannis block, the Drew
the alley
steal
oop,
and alley oop, the Cam Johnson dunk. So yeah, it has quite a bit of those.
the Drew alley oop's gonna be pretty badass.
Well, you know what? I didn't realize that all the legendary moments are NBA Finals moments.
That's what I thought.
That's kind of weird. So you're basically
Cause
only getting Suns or Bucks players.
and then there might be some that are like aren't that good,
Yeah,
so you might not get that guarantee EV plus.
yeah, that's kind of interesting. I don't know. That's, I mean, technically it still should be EV plus, especially if because the legendaries count so much for your collector score. But yeah, it's weird. And then your rare moments are the gold, metallic gold LEs, three common NBA playoff moments, and then three base set moments.
damn, to get priority Q1, you have to have 13,000 collector score.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah.
it's crazy, and even the 8K is crazy.
I mean, mine's almost there. I'm at 820.
Yeah, you're real close.
Dude, that's
At,
like me
at a
getting like
zero, man.
top like 3%. I was like,
You just got to drop stupid money on this, man. I think people that probably were early adopters into the Top Shot world are going to have those high collector scores, but
Well, yeah, because they were able to buy legendary packs for like thirty
pennies on the
five
dollar,
dollars.
man. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
So
so
We'll
that's
I
what's
see.
mean,
gonna be.
we've been talking about this now for like 3 months. So it's like, has anybody's opinions changed on it? Or are they all like giving up or just
I
kind of
haven't
like,
given up. I still definitely try to log in and buy packs when I can, and I do pay attention to it. But like the buying opportunities really aren't there in my opinion right now. I think it's still. I think valuations are still a little high. I think maybe before the season starts, they'll drop a little bit more when people stop paying attention completely to the NBA for the most part. Because after the draft, there's a big break until really
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
the season comes back out around.
right, right.
So I don't see any big things to be like, oh, Top Shot's back. Moments are gonna skyrocket again. Like I think the same thing holds true in that it's just gonna take time for these moments to go back up. Like if you expect them to go back up by next year, you're in the wrong hobby. It just
Yeah, my opinion still hasn't changed. The Top Shot, I still do think it's kind of the where things are going, where things are trending. I just think right now, Top Shot and just NFTs in general are just kind of in a, they definitely hit a peak real quick and then they've kind of chilled out for a little bit. Um, I've been kind of looking at getting more physical cards lately and been kind of shopping around for that. Um, Only because Top Shot's kind of lost a little bit of wow factor for me. Um, it's there just hasn't been anything that's gotten me super hyped. Obviously, some of these drops are pretty much unobtainable. Um, so I just think right now I'm just kind of watching from the sidelines, seeing where things go, seeing where the market goes. I haven't sold any of my moments, so I'm hanging on to all of them. Like Joe said, this is definitely going to be a long game. It's not going to be a short game, so I'm kind of just sitting on them and just see where it goes. But I've actually been putting more interest and emphasis back on the physical cards right now, just because there is still that fun, this like that's still fun experience to actually hold the physical cards or have PSA 10 graded cards and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'm really looking forward to Top Shot doing something that really sparks kind of like that excitement, that fire back. You know, I think what do we see about potentially them giving like tickets out or stuff like that to like Top Shot holders for your teams and all that?
Kind
Yeah,
of what
when
I
they
was
did
gonna
like the
say.
finals and
Yeah, you know, stuff like that. Like, yeah, stuff that just kind of gets you hyped, especially with like so many people. You know, you get those starter base packs that anybody and everybody could just log on and get one. That's fine, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just right
Yeah,
now I'm just not super hyped up right now.
yeah, I was gonna say that's something that has kind of kept me into it has been like seeing the some of the small things they've been starting with doing. Like bringing a couple fans to the game. Like they took the group to the Suns game, and then a group to the draft tomorrow, and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But then again, it's like 8 people out of all the however many Top Shot users there are now. So it's just really hard.
yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see if they do like an NBA Top Shot week, and we're basically or like within 2 weeks, and basically they say like, okay, every home game we're gonna have a Top Shot suite, and the fans of the Spurs, I guess, like obviously easy example for us, the people that have over 20 Spurs moments will be entered in a raffle to for them and a guest to go into the suite. Like that stuff that still keeps it cool and interesting, and like encourages you to collect your favorite players or your favorite team's players. Because like obviously there are a lot of Spurs players that I'm just kind of about, but I still collect their moments because I'm a fan. And so I think something like that is would be cool and would bring more interest into people like getting moments, holding moments, and the opportunity that like, hey, if they have the Top Shot night and at the Spurs game, like I'm basically entered in a chance to win just by owning these moments and having them. Um, so I think that's something that could be super cool. That I liked how they started with the finals game and the um, draft.
I'm still kind of on that, at least for me personally. I think if once they've implemented a way for me to really showcase my moments, I think that's going to bring a lot more excitement back for me. I think I've mentioned this back in the past. Like if you had, and I know there's little things coming out slowly, but it's just going to take time for the mass adoption. But like picture frames or stuff like that, that have digital LCD displays in them that you could just cycle through all your moments. You know what I mean? You could have them up on your counter or up on your wall or whatever. So you could actually like see and enjoy your moments. Like for me to like have to pull up my phone and log in and just sit there and scroll through my moments. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather be able to display them, kind of like a physical card. If you have your physical collector cards, you could hold them, you could see them. You could people come over, they could see them. Um, for me, I
I don't
think
know.
that would be a for me, but it's just for me, I want to be able to like see my moments like constantly playing like on the screen, just like I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that'd be
When
fun.
people go over, do you actually pull out your cards and show them, or I
Well, I
feel
mean,
like I would.
I'm not saying like I'd obviously be like, hey, as soon as you walk in, hey, put welcome. Here's my cards. Check them out. But I'm just saying like it's easy for me to like have them. You know what I mean? Like, or even if I want to look at them, you know what I mean? Like it's really nice to look at, especially graded cards and have them. And they're nice sealed cases. Like it's just cool to physically have those things. At least with the moments or the NFTs, the Top Shot moments, you can't really, you know,
Yeah, I guess I can
The
see that
thing
you'll never be able to hold it. So
when I
the thing
found
that
that like
bothers me is loading them. Like when I'm trying to show someone and they don't load.
what's some
Like
yeah. That or
I'm like
you send the Top Shot to somebody, you text them, hey, check out my moment. It doesn't load up right. Even sometimes when I try to look at my own moments, it just kind of freezes and before it actually starts playing the moment. Which definitely takes a little bit of experience out for it.
yeah.
yeah, I like when I try telling people about it, like yeah, it is kind of a hassle to like have to pull up your account and go show them the moments, and rather than them just like playing somewhere.
Hopefully they get an app soon.
That
You
is
would
something
think,
too.
Help them, Gabe.
or at least the video game that they kept talking about, where you can actually use your moments in your game. Like that would be another thing that spurs, I think, interest in it.
Like
Or you know how like in My Vegas Blackjack where they have the like you can earn like true rewards.
Yeah.
Like even if they just had something like, oh, by playing this game, you can earn Top Shot moments.
Collector score.
Like that would actually be pretty cool. Or collector score. And like obviously they'd make a ton of money off that from like their advertising and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean obviously they have a long way to go, and there could be a lot of cool ways for them to bring it back. It's just not going to happen overnight or without something else happening, I feel like.
Yeah, I think that's kind of why like me and Steve are kind of in the same boat where like I'm not like really I have my two listed for sale, but like a crazy amount. So it's like if they sell, great, but I don't think they will at what I have them priced at. But I still want to just hold them all and continue to collect more and more, you know, so that if something does blow up, you know, we have a ton of moments or whatever, more than a normal person probably has.
Yeah, I definitely think that it's going to at least be a hold until next season. I think next season, the start of the season, they'll probably do some pretty big things. Obviously, Series 2 will close. They'll start up Series 3. Um, you know, it, I'm sure next season there could be a spike in prices for Series 2 moments, but for right now, I don't think you're really going to be able to get a killing. And I think maybe with this legendary drop, I think unless really you're probably pulling anything from the Bucks, I think those are going to be your big money makers. But anything else, I don't really think it's going to be huge.
Yeah. Gabe, are you burned out with it?
I'm just chilling, just picking up pack. Not really buying anything on the market.
My account either. Just
I check it every time
Yeah.
we're
like on this thing.
or when there's a.
But I'm
Not really looking to make money or anything.
fun.
Having a great time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like
I
you
mean,
got
you're.
hardcore there for a little bit and then just dropped.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. Your account, you do have like I mean, just going by like amount of like whatever it's worth right now. Like yours is right behind mine.
Yeah,
I mean, I was super hyped in the beginning, man. I just kind of got bored. I don't know what it was. I just kind of started losing a little bit of interest and just them keeping it exciting. Um, I'm still a firm believer it being the long play, but as far as like me I'll scoop up packs as long as I'm eligible to get packs. I'll try to get packs, but on the marketplace, I haven't really been scooping anything. I'm just kind of
I
keeping an
thought,
eye out from a distance.
Joe, I thought they were doing like a regular playoff, one more regular playoff pack drop, or is that not?
I thought so too, but I didn't see one.
Yeah.
I did see something about that, but
And one thing too, and I'm curious if y'all feel the same way, but it was actually one of the things that I thought was going to be the coolest feature of Top Shot, but now I'm starting to think it's actually kind of like that Achilles heel of Top Shot is the marketplace. Like it's super cool, super convenient that you could literally get your moment and sell it within, minutes of buying it or whenever the marketplace opens back up. But that just introduced a whole nother, undercutters, like we talked about. Literally, you have 30,000 moments, everybody gets it. It's just who's going to be willing to sell it the cheapest. And it's kind of been one of those things like, man, at least when you have physical cards, you have to put in a little bit more work to try to get the value for that card. And you could, maybe get what you're asking for. But on the marketplace, man, if everybody lists their moments for $30
Yeah.
and then somebody wants to do 29, then 28, then 27, I mean, it's so easy for you to just drop the price, within seconds. And I think for me, that's what's kind of killing the marketplace too. It's just everybody's just literally undercutting.
Yeah, and I also think too is like most people. I mean, even like I feel like us up to an extent. Like when we do buy, if the cost isn't that much, we'll try to get the lowest one. But if it's pretty far off, like I'm not gonna spend an extra 1,000 just to get like, however many serial numbers there are. Like my Keldon moment, the hollow one is pretty low. But people with like much higher serial numbers are selling them for like right now like $900 I think is the cheapest one you can go buy, and mine's like a much better serial number, but most people are probably not gonna want to spend 400 or 500 for mine just because it's like 50 to 100 serial numbers better.
And that's a good point too. I mean, what
Unless
makes
it's number one or like the player's number. I don't think it really matters too much if you're like
Or
750 instead of like 1200 out of 1500. You know.
yeah, that's a good point. There's nothing that really determines why that should be valued higher or lower than. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I definitely agree.
because at this point it doesn't help your collector score having a
Right.
number 1 Keldon versus a number 99. Like it's just
Actually, that is a good point that you bring up. Maybe if they implemented that, having a better serial number increases your collector score would be cool.
Yeah, I've just kind of noticed that watching because I've been keeping an eye on the Keldon moment just because it's my most expensive one. I just keep seeing people pricing theirs like hundreds of dollars cheaper, and they're selling them because
What's yours valued at right now?
people just want to buy the cheapest one they can. You know, they're not really looking at the serial number too much.
935 is his lowest. Is the lowest on the Keldon.
Yeah, so like market or moment ranks has it, the lowest is at 930, which says mine's worth 1140 because like I said, I have number 18 out of 99. And so I've seen some people selling their number like 25 for like $300 cheaper, you know. So it's like I don't think
And
most
it's
people
like,
can.
I mean, I'd easily. What's your yeah?
That's
Even
something
number 25 is only like is pretty cheap off the low.
yeah, it's maybe like 1,000 or something.
Yeah, I think even less than that. I think it's like 950 or 9. I don't know. I just saw, but yeah, I was like just under 1,000.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm still kind of too just not really pushing to sell anything because everything I sell is going to be worth, $3, $5, maybe 10, maybe in the $20. It's not even really. I'd rather just hang. Said maybe at some point when these lower serial numbers mean something, or a certain range of serial numbers, then maybe. But
Yeah.
but
We'll
even
see.
when you think about it, like if you look at physical cards, some of their limited prisms or things like that, are like 1 to 99 or 1 to 250, 1 to 275. Like that's pretty low versus like Top Shot moments. A lot of the LEs are like 12,000, 15,000. Yeah, it's pretty high.
It's a lot of them.
So, you know, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm interested to see where it goes, but I'm not really going heavy on like
Yeah.
G is right now as far as like buying stuff. If there's a pack that drops and I could get it, I'll scoop it, but I'm not really going out of my way in the marketplace. Like I said, I've actually been kind of doing more shopping and research for physical cards and actually just trying to get cards that are already graded, so that let somebody else do all the work as far as submitting the card and getting it graded and all that, and I don't have to do any of it. So that's been actually more of my focus lately.
Sounds good. Any Olympic
Yeah,
stuff?
well, before we get to there, I was listening to that Bill Simmons podcast, and he was talking um, about some of the other cards that were out there and available. And it was just crazy to listen to like the value of NFL cards just really aren't that high in comparison to like the NBA or the MLB.
Some Mahomes card today.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
that's
like,
cool.
but in general, like just in general, like the increases that you've seen in NBA and MLB are nothing like the NFL is just nothing like it. I thought that was surprising. I didn't really realize that.
Still got to
It's
open
probably
eye
because
packs
of a
here.
longevity thing. The average NFL career is only like 2 years.
Yeah, but
The market as a whole has decreased because you have a majority of these players only playing for like under 5
years,
We're only the
well, no,
big-
but it's even talking about like retro, like all of the retro ones also.
Like Hall of Famers or whatever, or
Yeah, like even he's like, man, even some of these are just low.
like Brett Favre or people like that.
Yeah, where you would think that they'd be worth more, but they're really not. So I thought that was
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. The NFL market's it's tough when it comes to the cards.
Well, it's kind of the same as like their pay scales, isn't it? I mean, aren't like MLB players paid like the highest, and then NBA, and then NFL's
Yeah.
kind of like the
NFL,
bottom
I think
ones.
it's
Bottom
just-
ones, I think.
Well, really,
Well,
NFL it's quarterbacks. If a running back and maybe a receiver, and that's it, man. If you pull any of these like
left tackle.
big defensive
Yeah.
players, nobody really cares. If you pull really anything other than like first round draft pick, quarterback, there's just really not a market for it. And it sucks because you could pull some pretty cool cards from some of like really Hall of Fame players, but if they were like a defensive linebacker, like nobody cares. Like there's just not a market for it. Um, like a lot of people were going crazy over the Justin, Herberts. Those are bringing a lot. Trevor Lawrence, when his pack starts to come out this next year, his rookie card, we'll see how that does. But
That should go stupid.
it should. It should. But, that's probably going to be the only really chase card this next year is going to be going for that card.
Someone else was saying maybe Mac Jones, because maybe with him with the Patriots, he just goes off for the next couple years. But yeah, I thought that was at least somewhat interesting.
Yeah, but then I mean another thing is just like that same thing with like how we were talking about the pay scales. Like you don't see a whole lot of football players. I mean they're wearing like their helmets and stuff. Like
Yeah.
most if you watch an NBA game or like baseball game, like who these like big players are.
Yeah, you see them, see the emotion, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like LT, I still
Oh,
know
yeah.
his face looks like. Never seen that.
So yeah, like you mentioned, G, like the Olympics. So have y'all been watching?
Yeah, I've been recording just about everything. And
Have you been
I've been
watching?
trying to, yeah, I mean, I've been recording and trying to watch just about everything. I watched skateboarding the other day. I watched swimming the other day. I watched archery. I watch. I was pretty upset with the skateboarding just because Nigel Houston just didn't perform as well as he should have. I mean, he should have won gold, but he didn't. Um, what was obviously I saw the basketball game last night versus Iran. Finally, finally did well. But it's kind of unfortunate that they're requiring you to get Peacock TV to watch the basketball games. There's no other way to watch it, and that's kind of unfortunate. To watch the game, it's the only way. So I was kind of bummed out about that.
Did you just get it? I mean, just for this, or did you already kind of have it?
No, literally just for this. Like after this next week's over and the games are done, like I'm canceling it.
Does
Did it
it
have a
come with
trial or
anything
no?
else?
Free trial?
Like, does that movie?
It doesn't come with the. No, it doesn't. It does. It's got movies and TV shows and all that, but it's like, man, I already have like my streaming services. Like I don't need another one. So, and I was kind of bummed out. It didn't have a trial period, and I bet you it's probably because of the Olympics. So they're like, people are going to pay for it anyways.
Yeah.
So, like, I think just to do it, it's like $5. So I was like, you know what? I'll watch the games just so I don't miss any of them, and I'm going to cancel it as soon as the Olympics are done.
Is it just for the men's basketball stuff?
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, Joe, for YouTube TV, and Gabe, you have that too. It's kind of cool how you can
Record,
you
like-
can watch like whatever. Yeah, there's already like an Olympic channel, I guess, or
Well, yeah. So on my YouTube TV account, I've been recording. Like it prompted me right before the start of the Olympics to like pick all the sports you want to watch, and like it automatically records it for you. So that's why I was able to pick everything I wanted to watch. But basketball, it does not. There's no men's basketball option.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're making you do that.
Are they? What about the replays? I think I saw some replays, maybe or no.
Yeah, but like I said, so like I watched the game against France on the Peacock TV, and then Iran. So I've already been. I watched that game last night. But I mean, as soon as it's done, like I said, I'm just gonna cancel it.
Sit down, dude.
Back hurts, man.
Oh God, his back doesn't hurt. He just wants to show his T-shirt.
just clout chasing for the T-shirt, man.
But I mean, the Olympics have been good. I don't know how. What's y'all's opinion on the whole Simone Biles, withdrawing from team and now withdrawing from individual? I mean, do y'all have an opinion?
I guess canceled. I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's like it seems now that it's like more of like a political, like controversial thing as opposed to just like I don't know. I mean, if she, I guess what I've heard is just like if this was something that just popped up because she's done Olympic Games before, so like I don't know if this is something that she's been feeling for a while or, but I guess people are just disappointed that like she did it like while they're competing, like like she could have maybe withdrew like before they went to Tokyo and they could have like filled her spot with somebody, but I don't know.
Yeah, I did see that.
But we don't know what I mean. We don't know what they're going through. I mean, it is really high, intense demands of all Olympic athletes. So not like I'm not like just disowning her, but I know people were upset.
Dude, all the people were upset were all those guys in those like Twitter memes you see where they're like, this group of people is upset. And they have like the sunglasses, the backwards hat, or like the eagle on their chest. And they're like, she should have never quit on her team. And like they quit on their families. Like, I'm like,
Quit
dude,
on
like really, like,
America.
yeah. I'm like, bro, what have you ever done for America? Like, literally
Yeah.
nothing. Like, in my opinion, like, even if it's whether it's medical, headspace, whatever, like,
Yeah.
if you're not in the zone and you're doing Simone Biles shit, like you're going as hard as she is, doing as many flips, all of that. Like if you can't concentrate 100% while you're in the motion, like that's just asking for an injury. Like you're just asking to get badly injured. You're just asking to mess something up on your body, and who knows if you'll ever be able to compete again. Like you also got to remember that's how she gets paid. Like that's her livelihood. I mean, it's to me, it's just kind of like
Yeah, I think I saw
overblown.
some people were like saying like, I mean, they were like, if she would at least done like just went out there like they would have got gold, but it's like, but like you said, if you go out like not going fully, that's when you get injured.
Yeah.
Or stuff goes wrong. So, but
Yeah, because I was reading about that one girl from the '80 Olympics where she had like she had came back from an injury and like they rushed her back and she was like, "No, I'm not healed yet. I'm not healed yet." And they were like, "No, you got to start training because we have the '80 Olympics coming up." And she was like, and they took off her cast early and like made her start going hard. And like she competed, and like during the competition, uh,
Oh, she was like crying, right?
she landed on her chin, and she was permanently paralyzed. Like she was
Oh,
literally a
shit.
quadriplegic from that. Like those gymnasts are like
Shit.
throwing themselves way up in the air. Like they're not.
was it at U.S. or another country? You
Um,
might I thought you might have said it, but
Or like
I don't
Russia.
remember exactly.
probably was Russia.
Her name was Elena
Yeah.
Mukina. She was a Soviet gymnast,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
and they were like they rushed her back and literally became a quadriplegic like at the age of 23 because of that. And like she was one of the best ever at the time. So it's like, man, like you see how high they're going up, how many spins they're turning. Like if you're not in the right mental state, like you're just asking to get hurt.
What's crazy that Simone Biles is doing tricks that literally nobody else can do.
Yeah, I mean, like
Yeah.
I mean, like the level of difficulty, and I think I was reading that that's actually one of the things that people were pretty upset about is that they're not scoring her fairly because of the level of difficulty she's doing on her tricks. Like nobody else could do them, and they're saying that they're not scoring her to that difficulty level because nobody else could do them.
Yeah.
And they were saying like that was kind of like a pretty big, mental slap to the face, thinking like, okay, I'm doing something that nobody else could do, but they're not giving me that extra credit for it. So yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, USA was definitely favored to win. I'm bummed out just because, I don't really know anything about gymnastics and I couldn't sit there and tell you like the scoring process, but to see what they're doing is like insane. Like the strength and like the focus and like it's just crazy what they do, the men and women side. So it's always like one of my favorite things to watch. That and obviously, basketball on the track, events. So yeah, I think USA is still leading the medal count at this point, though.
I just looked it up too. Yeah, we're
I
leading the
think we're
medal count, but we're tied for golds with China and Japan
yeah.
at 13 each. But yeah.
but yeah,
When is
dude. And so
are,
it happened again to another girl, and she was a 15-year-old gymnast, and she was paralyzed just before the '88 Olympics, and then died 3 years later.
Damn.
She Russian?
No, she was American.
Oh wow.
crazy?
And then in '89, another one was paralyzed training.
Steve, they do the track events like towards the end, right? Or is that like the last?
Yeah, that's towards the end. Yeah, the swimming was pretty exciting to watch. The men's was it 4x1 relay? That was fun.
Yeah, I haven't.
That was
seen
super
too
fun to
many.
watch.
I usually like watching some of the swimming ones. I haven't checked those out yet.
I think most of them are done. I think most, if not all of them, are done.
Yeah,
Um,
that time zone just throws it off too. Like to watch live at least.
yeah, I haven't gotten caught up with the weightlifting stuff yet. I need to go back and watch that. But a lot of that stuff's been going on super early in the morning. But I
Yeah,
do
that's
need to go back and watch that stuff.
been tracking the women's soccer team. They've actually been struggling a little bit, but I mean they're still favored to win it all. But we'll see. But the games are like at 4:30 a.m. to
I
watch.
did watch some equestrian the other day. That was pretty interesting.
Calvin Harris
That's
put a video out of his new song with like one of the horses like dancing to the to the beat.
that, and I was watching the single pistol shooting competition. That one was pretty fun to watch. Um, the long rifle air pellet. It's like the air pellet guns.
Airsoft.
Um, it's not airsoft. It's like a pellet, but I'm gonna like mess up the name of the actual gun. But that one was pretty cool to watch. It's like what our rifle team in high school. You know how they wear the gear and they got like,
Oh
the
yeah,
the
yeah.
arm, things to keep you as stiff as possible. Um, that was pretty cool to watch. I'm just curious. I don't know if they've said anything. Are they gonna after this year? Because if you notice, like everything, obviously, in the Olympics all says 2020. Um, all the fields, the courts, all their medals, everything says Tokyo 2020. Are they gonna shorten this next breakup and do 2024 as the next Olympics, or is now it's going to be completely messed up and now it's going to start at 2025 and from there on? Does anybody have they announced that?
I don't
I
know
have
for
zero clue.
sure. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep it as a 4 year. So the next one should be 2024. I mean, yeah, 2024, because then it messes up like a bunch of other things, like the World Cup and like stuff like that.
No, yeah, it still says like if you look on. I just googled it and it's the dates are already set for Friday, July 26th through Sunday, August 11th, 2024.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, so I
So
wasn't
yeah,
sure if that was going to mess everything up just because of the whole pandemic last year.
yeah. I think they have to keep that time, that like I said, for other big events,
like sporting events and stuff.
and even like because then when is it they do the Winter Olympics, or is that how they do it? They just rotate, like,
Winter
Yeah,
Olympics, yeah.
yeah. So
So Winter Olympics should be next year.
it's next year. Well, really, basically in February.
coming up,
Yeah,
yeah.
Damn, that's quick. Well, makes sense. Got to have
So yeah,
some snow.
to keep it in track with everything.
I like watching snowboarding and stuff in the Winter Olympics. I don't know too much about the skiing, um, but it's tough. Just I don't know. I feel like there's a bunch of other countries that just dominate the Winter Olympics. The ones that are like always in the snow, like Sweden and like Russia and like all these countries that literally like have snow there all the time. But I didn't even realize, or I just thought about it too, and this kind of transition a little bit. The draft is tomorrow.
Mhm.
yeah.
The NBA.
Yep.
I don't
What do
know.
y'all think? You think the Spurs stay or do you think they trade?
They're gonna trade. We're gonna get somebody from some country we've never heard of and try to develop them into a player.
Gabe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
None of
um,
today.
They have.
I do all my
You've just
research
been in a
after.
cave. You've been in a cave the past week.
Been busy.
I don't know. I don't. I mean, I don't. I'm not too like high on this like draft class in general. I mean, I think there's like a couple good players, and they're all gonna go like top five. I don't think there's. I don't think it's that deep of a draft. Um,
I
but
don't
I
know,
would say
man.
the
There's some
Spurs need a
studs.
the Spurs need a big. We need a big dude. Like we need a big player.
Kai Jones.
Like we have. I think we're solid enough at the guard position, and
What do we have? 10th pick.
Well,
12.
yeah, like we've been picking guards like every year, and it's like I would hope they just find like a big player.
Kai Jones.
Would he fall that? Is he? I mean, I thought he was supposed to be a top 10.
No, I don't think he's that. No, I think he's like top 15.
What do
We'll see, but I don't think we're gonna trade anybody unless they do something with DeMar. But
well, we can't trade him, right? Because he's
Well, it'd have to
or
be
like
a sign and trade.
like a sign and trade. But
But if he
what do you
says
think's
he's
gonna?
willing, he says he's willing.
Money, so
So he's probably just better off just
going somewhere
they
else.
only do sign and
trades and they max you out, right?
I mean, probably not
Yeah.
always, but
I mean, I guess it makes sense because if he's trying to go to LA, he can't go in with like a stupid contract.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
but I
but
think
he
he
can't
can-
do a sign and trade if LA needs like a bunch of trash.
yeah,
players, but
if they need space,
They can work
don't
out.
wanna-
Yeah,
I
the
don't want
amount.
to take all their garbage. I don't want Guzman and all that.
if they give
So-
us draft picks,
Caldwell Pope.
hell
so do,
no.
do y'all think that's it? We're DeMar's gone. We're losing him.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much said it.
But I felt that he wanted to be out, and this is where I get upset with the Spurs. Is I feel like we lose some of these players when we could have traded for them and gotten rid of them and gotten something for them. Now we're gonna get nothing for him.
I mean, we probably wouldn't have gotten anything else for him. Probably would have got like a second round draft pick at most.
I mean, dude, I'll take a fax machine or something. Like, I mean, at least something, man. Like,
It would
feel
have
like
cost more in shipping than he's worth.
I feel like the Spurs. I don't think they
tried
do
their-
though, man.
There's a lot of stuff we probably just don't see or know. Which I'm sure
Dude,
every
they-
trade involved one of the
They
young
definitely
guards.
try.
They probably just want like.
But they
you
might
know,
be
like
they might be a
Deshaun-
little stubborn though too.
I think they're stubborn, man, to an extent because I feel like we should have gotten something for DeMar, knowing that he probably wanted out. Like, this isn't like secret. This is news to us, but it's probably been news to the organization for a season or two now.
Well, he opted in last year, right?
Yeah,
If he didn't, then we could have.
it's
looked
not like
to
it's a
trade.
complete.
but it's like
Okay, DeMar's rolling with us one year.
I mean they were
Both the past 2 years, like we had,
here and then
we almost got the play on the bubble, so we were almost a playoff team. It's not.
We were right there both times.
Yeah, it's not
If
like
there weren't for short losing streaks, we would have been right there. And then
Yeah,
also with Derek White being hurt almost all year, like
Lamar.
we should have done better than our record shows. Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't tanking. If it was DeRozan like early in the season, of the off season, if we had no chance competing for like the playoffs, but we were right there.
Isn't that what we did? And I was pretty young when they did it, but isn't that what the Spurs did when they the season before they acquired Tim Duncan? Didn't they just like tank?
Kind of.
No,
David
David
Robinson got
Robinson
hurt.
Big Dave got hurt.
And then that's-
out all year and they sucked.
lucky though. I think we had
like
We also
like
got lucky in the lottery too because we weren't
Right,
supposed
we
to get
shouldn't have been a
number
top
one
pick.
we had like a 1% chance against
let us.
like the stars literally aligned.
God, man, things I would do for the Stars to line again, for the Spurs to just go back to the glory days, man. It's gonna be a while.
Hopefully not too long.
Yeah.
So,
I think
Maybe not the
I
playoffs
think
past 2
I
years.
think we're like a piece or two away.
you said we're a
All
pizza
right.
or two?
A piece or two away.
Pizza Classics.
Damn.
I mean, I like.
How much
I
money
like
do we
Yeah,
have
now that we
DeJounte-
got rid of
DeJounte-
LaMarcus. How much
I
money
don't
do we
know,
have now that we
Jay.
got rid?
Person.
I mean, we have enough for at least
Gee-
two. I don't know if they'll come.
We're getting Dame, man. Damian Lillard.
Dude, I'd be.
We have- it says we have
I thought we have close. I thought we have close to like 50 mil.
Yeah, there's like roughly 47 million.
We get somebody for that. Who would be optimal for the Spurs to get if assuming stars align and we could get somebody? Who would y'all bring on?
They keep talking about that Collins guy from Atlanta,
Yeah, he'd be nice.
and he's like an athletic big who can like block, defend, like dunk.
Yeah, he can switch.
He can.
I'm gonna mess up his name. Sabantes? No,
Bonus.
Sabonis. Wasn't there talks of us trying to maybe acquire him?
Why would he be? Where's he at?
Can't hear you.
in
He's
Indiana,
with
right?
he's with Pacers, right? He's with Pacers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Pacers.
I gotta put my
Are you adding air to your cast?
I'm putting it back on.
Yeah, I mean, I like Sabonis. I mean, I feel like
I just he's
I feel
not
like
he's
he
not a
too
true
slow.
big. He's not a true big though.
yeah,
He likes to
It's like
he
12
likes to
rebounds.
step out and like not the rebounds but he likes to step out and shoot.
game now that we don't want.
Like Boban or his dad. His dad was like a in the paint type of dude.
All right, I've had enough of this.
I mean, we need like a. I mean, look at the finals teams. I mean, they had Aiton and I
Who
mean
didn't do anything.
technically Giannis, but Brooke Lopez.
Enough.
Oh, man, Joe's sick of it, man.
I don't know. We'll see who we draft, but find out pretty soon. And I'm going to the U.S. men's game tomorrow.
Hey,
Yippee.
Cool.
you're going by
Well,
yourself,
so-
right? One ticket, Lexus
Well,
section.
I'm not gonna be by myself, but I got one ticket offered to go join a friend.
Damn, dude, that stadium looks so nice, man. I want to go to a game there. It looks really nice.
It's actually pretty impressive. Not expecting it to be that.
It's definitely like one of the best like MLS stadiums. I mean,
It's
obviously
gonna,
like
it's gonna be bad if I go to an Austin FC game before I go to a San Antonio FC game. Won't even go
Joe
watch a game here, and I got to drive all the way over there.
Joe Bissoni.
Nah,
No, go ahead.
he's over there at Houston, man. He's probably a Dynamo fan, and he's probably
You know, I've never been to a Dynamo game, but they were good when I lived in Houston. I think they won it one year.
I went to one game.
I
They have
don't
a
know.
cool stadium too in downtown.
I like how there's outdoor, like all
Yeah.
outdoor. It's all open.
Because San Antonio games just aren't like as packed as like the Austin games are, right? Like the support for the Austin FC, I guess,
Aren't they
just
different
way
divisions?
bigger than.
Yes.
Yeah, they're like they're basically like minor league.
USL.
Almost.
Nah, we're not minor league. Don't be saying that.
Yeah, don't say that, dude.
It's
Wait, so
divisions,
okay, so it's
right?
not.
They're not. Okay,
Whoa.
they're not MLS. They're not MLS.
Easy.
Don't talk about
They're not
divisions.
MLS.
Yeah. Don't throw the missions
Like
far
chocolate.
down.
The
Yeah,
chunkless.
Round Rock Express.
Dude, I missed out on getting a chunkless hat. I need to get one once they bring it back.
You can still get them.
I
All right.
will.
The four of us need to go to Austin FC game.
Tell us about
me-
your weekend.
I'll go with Joe.
Enough about these fake trips we're taking.
All right, Joe. I mean, Gabe. I guess we can go first because we're together for most of it.
Y'all present.
This weekend
I'll let you
we
go.
went
You
to
need, I want to hear from you.
At Alvarado's.
his wedding.
Agree.
He just so happened to have that.
Yep, it was
Damn, I
planned.
don't think I-
But
I
yeah,
don't
it was
think
a
I even got
real,
one of those.
really nice wedding. I haven't been to Lubbock in like I don't even know how long. Probably won't be anytime soon.
Blessed.
But yeah, it's good to be with all the friends and friends from high school and college get all grown up, getting married. It was a very nice wedding. Very
Nice
nice
family.
Enjoy all the Alvarados.
How was that Airbnb you stayed in?
It was all right.
I heard it was like next level.
I had a
It's-
TV and a couch. That's where I was the whole time.
It's a lot for
Pretty-
Lubbock.
Pretty next level.
Wait, were you
yeah,
out
so
this?
we went-
Were you on the same one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many of
So
y'all
I-
stayed there?
There was 8 of us
Seven,
that stayed
8.
there. 8 of us stayed there. So I flew in Thursday, just since I was part of the bridal party. I just wanted to be there early because Friday we had like rehearsal dinner and all that stuff, and everybody else was either driving or flying in. Like I think Gabe's flight actually got delayed and he didn't get into like 7.
Every single.
Um, so anyway, so yeah. So I got there Thursday and just kind of helped out, helped Matt and his family set up like some of the tables and stuff at the venue. Friday we had the rehearsal dinner. We kind of flipped it. We did the rehearsal dinner first, because I guess the priest had like commitment, so we met him at the church after to do all the rehearsal stuff.
He was
And
going to
then,
crickets, right?
That's when huh?
He went to crickets.
What?
That was it.
Oh, he went to crickets, maybe. Then I met up with Gabe and the rest of the crew. We went to dinner, and then we went out to Broadway, which is for those that don't know, it's kind of like their little strip of bars and stuff like that. So we went to local and had a fun time. And then Saturday was the wedding, so went to that. It was really nice. Like Gabe said, the mass went well, and then the venue was decorated very nicely. And Mark, his brother, gave a really good best man speech.
Yeah, it was a good speech.
And yeah, it was good.
What's the bar scene like over there on that Broadway street in Lubbock? I mean, I don't have any intention of going to Lubbock, especially for their bar scene. So I mean, I would just like to know what it's like, just for
Yeah.
reference.
I mean, yeah, but it wasn't anything crazy since obviously they're not in school, so it wasn't like crazy as it probably normally is during like a college weekend. But it was still packed. I mean, they had good DJ and music, and it's just like a small strip. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like, I mean, I know people are gonna get mad, but it reminds me of like the Square or like Northgate, where it's just kind of like a little block of like
Shots
just
fired, man.
college bars, but they only have like a select couple that actually like get popular. They have a Chimmy's, which
What's it called?
Chimmy's, Texas State has that too.
What is that?
It's like a little like
They have like
They're known
real
for,
good
like, their-
margaritas there. It's kind of like a.
they're known for like their Mars, like DP shootouts.
What would you say?
Kinda
It's like a
Tex-Mex.
mom
Just have a kid.
kid, or I don't know. It's like better than that though.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean yeah.
I mean, I don't know
It's hard
Mom
to explain.
Margie's or
It's probably
Chacho's
like
having
maybe
good
like, okay,
margaritas.
maybe like a smaller version of like like a junior version of like Chewy's maybe. I don't know.
But I feel like
I don't know.
Oh, all right. Well, y'all
It's more like a
convinced me
bar.
to go to Lubbock, so no intention on
We'll
going.
take you to Chimmy's
don't
in
blame you.
San Marcos, and then you can see.
No, I was just, you failed.
But then so the wedding was good, and then we ended up going out after that too, and then Sunday everybody checked out, drove back. Gabe, we got to Austin at the same time as Gabe, and he left the Airbnb at like maybe like 5-6 a.m.
yeah, that was rough.
How
Sorry,
is
at
that
least
even
he didn't have
possible?
to. At least he didn't have to drive.
Yeah, I was
Honestly,
just chilling in the airport.
I prefer
Yeah,
that
next
drive.
lounge.
Oh, you
was-
flew. You
Supposed
flew
to be in
back?
Yeah, I was supposed to be in but
My-
Lubbock like 5 a.m. flight
a-
to like 12, which delayed my from
Dal-
because it went from Lubbock to Dallas,
God, dude.
like at 11
from Dallas to Austin
to Dallas.
like 12:31.
Just chill
At the Dallas airport to like 4 something, and got into Austin at 5.
Dude, that's miserable, dude. The fact that you'd have to do those transfers and I'm out.
Yeah, but he was chilling in the Centurion Lounge. He was all right.
But that was the first one because the Austin airport, the one I usually fly at.
I was gonna say for sure Lubbock doesn't have one. I was like, it's either Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas had like 4 of them, I think, but we went
terminal.
and it was really nice. They gave you like a free meal. There was
Yeah,
drinks,
you have
but-
little couches and stuff, and
yeah,
you could
Wi-Fi.
relax and Wi-Fi and watch TV and all that.
They had
Oh,
Really, I think I
drank
drank it.
enough during the weekend, so I was kind of.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. It's a long day. I think I prefer to drive. It's 5.5 hours back.
I've been
So tired of it.
drove to like Houston, Fredericksburg.
I guess the reason maybe for me because I flew there, so I think if I would have driven there and driven back maybe, but so I didn't mind driving back.
So yeah, I
I
would
would
have
have driven
driven.
if I knew I was gonna be at the airport for like.
12 hours.
But
are you still in the soccer van, Gabe?
No, I actually gave it back. Yes. So, RIP. was a sad moment.
So now you have to find something.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. I have nothing. I just have my late.
That's all you need, man. It's literally how they did it before.
I mean, there's no need. It's not like you go to work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
working
you don't
from
go to work.
home,
It's not like you go
And
see your friends in Austin. So like,
and on the
There's no need.
weekends you
They
have
could
Tori's
scoot
car.
now.
So
And you got good gas mileage in Tori's car. Dude, gas is stupid. I
it's
feel
ridiculous,
bad for
man.
anyone in a truck or.
It's
Well, and
ridiculous, man.
Now that I'm putting
Put
gas in a
premium.
car again, I'm sick
Do you
of
have to
it.
put do you have to put premium in yours?
Yeah, it's stupid. It pisses
50
me off
bucks.
so much.
50 bucks today to fill up for mine.
Yeah, I filled up today for $50. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's actually like.
You don't
Tourist
even want.
cars
You don't even
too.
want to know what's my truck, man.
The
I don't
truck,
want to
yeah,
know.
It's,
That's
I'm
what
not
I
gonna
said. I
it's,
feel bad.
it's
I can
double.
tell you, man.
It's literally
I
double.
wish Joe would just pick me up and drive me everywhere, cause yeah, it's no
Which vote?
fun.
But I thought you kept the Subaru still, or no, you got rid of it.
No, that was a long time ago,
Oh,
ages ago,
probably
decades.
last
Nah,
time I saw
but
you.
Joe's gonna start picking me up. I'm just gonna like Uber. What do you say?
Last time I saw you, I guess.
God, hopefully longer, man. If I could keep this trend going, gotta really make y'all miss me.
Oh man. What did y'all do this weekend? Anything? Oh yeah, I want to hear about the alumni tournament. Sure.
Yeah, so we had the alumni tournament on Saturday, and we were in it to win it. Our first game was at 9:20 a.m. or 9:40, I think. We played the class of 06 and beat them pretty easily. Then we played
Easy.
05, beat them easily. Played
Wax.
09. I think we got down quick and then came back. Played 10. That was a quick game.
Easy.
They beat
And
y'all.
then we went to playoffs. Yeah, no.
So I went
Well,
undefeated in the pool
I got
play.
hurt. I got hurt in the third game. I didn't even get to play 10. So in the third game, I tore my calf muscle.
How did it happen?
So I was in a lot of.
Partial tear. Partial tear.
Did you
I was
jump?
on a closeout. Like the stupidest way to get hurt. I was closing out on defense.
Oh, you were closing out.
Should have said you had a
I
game
was
winning
like,
block and you.
I probably shouldn't even close them out. Like the 09 sucks. They weren't gonna make anything. Like I should have just let them shoot. And I still
like
got
open
board.
gym, like open gym.
Yeah,
Just let them.
just let them, man.
Just let 'em.
The,
That's what you want.
So yeah, and at first I thought I got dead legged. Like that's literally what it felt like. And I was like, shit, let me go get some pickle juice real quick.
There you go.
And I drank like 3 kind of shots of pickle juice, and like I was like, okay, my leg still fucking hurts. What's going on? And then yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm done. Like
How's it feel?
I don't know what's wrong, but
A cramp or like you pulled it or?
Just feel sore probably.
it's basically like a cramp 24/7, like a light cramp 24/7. Like it hurts. The only time I can get comfortable is like if I'm laying down in bed and like leg just straight. But then as soon as I get up, it hurts so bad because I have to like
Drop your foot.
To make it feel better, or
yeah.
yeah, like
Because basically any time my ankle is up, it's pulling on my calf.
Mhm.
And so like I have to like keep it down so it's not pulling on my calf as much. And like that's basically the reason I'm in the boot is so that way I'm not moving my ankle as much. And I'm just kind of keeping it stable.
There's nothing you can do about it, right? You just let
Nah,
it heal.
I just gotta
It just-
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just muscle heals back up, and then you're just gonna have to rehab it.
Yeah. I mean, rehab is really just like a couple exercises, nothing too crazy.
God, man, it's your left calf too, man. You love your left calf.
I'm gonna make like a cool rehab hype video, like coming back 100 video. Like have someone in the gym recording me like doing like sprints and shit like that.
For
Is
the
it the
next year
same
alumni tournament.
Yeah, for the next tournament.
is it the
Anyways,
same
back
production?
to the tournament. So we
so y'all won all the games in pool play or whatever.
yeah, we won the first playoff game. And dude, we're playing with 5 players because Brian got hurt. He like tore his meniscus in the
No
second
way.
game. Yeah, he thinks at least. But I mean, he's a PT, so he should know.
And then Tommy hurt his shoulder, but he kept playing, right? Knowing Tommy.
Well, yeah, in the final game, we were up by 1 with 50 seconds left, and it's make it take it, and they were gonna foul us. So like they basically tackled Tommy, and like in the process he turned it over, and of course the refs
Wow.
didn't call anything, and they got the ball and like were able to score real quick, and then they basically won the game because of that. Um,
Sickening.
but it wasn't Tommy's. I mean, Tommy just got
Well, no,
nailed,
yeah,
man.
they
And he
Sick, man.
thinks he broke his collarbone, so he was having MRIs today. Speaking of, you should probably ask him.
Thinks he broke
Yeah.
it. Damn.
Yeah, he thinks he broke his collarbone.
Now, is this
Lot of
because
injuries.
we're getting older, or is this because you're being less active and you'll just?
It sounds like
I
it's because
mean,
we played the older guys, and they were just like trying to. I heard from what I heard in the text, they were just trying to play like bully ball with us.
Well, the problem was I honestly it stems from the refs because the refs didn't call like any fouls, and so like if you're getting beat up, you're not gonna just take it, like you're gonna do it back, and so
And it just
then
got like
it's
real
just like a
physical.
constant escalation of how hard are you
Yeah.
gonna foul them before they
I
call it.
mean, and that tournament's literally just filled with hard shit. So it's like,
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
I mean, you got the beer keg and you got all that. Yeah, it's just
We didn't even drink. We didn't even get to drink because the games were we
Back
played
so
to back
6
to
games
back.
straight. Yeah. That was the other thing is there was no break in between. Like I think that had to do with injuries. Like everyone
Yeah.
was just going, didn't get to break in between, didn't get to like stretch. But it's like one thing to stretch before the games, but like you still need to stretch in between if you're playing that much.
That's too many games. I mean, we
Yeah,
talked about the schedule before as it came out, and I was like, that's way too many.
y'all needed like a team mom there with like orange slices and like juice packs and stuff like that.
yeah, could have been.
Nah, dude, I would have been locked down D, man. As soon as Joe got hurt, I would have been in there, man, so quick.
The other games that were good were the Gen Z games or whatever, and that one came down to class of 14, which is like
Steve,
yeah, Stu's class. Stu was actually doing pretty good. I was like, all right, Stu, not bad, not bad.
yeah, because I was
Um,
down.
yeah,
Don't
because
gas him, dude.
he was wide open, and Jack
I would
was
always guard
jacking.
Steve when we played him.
But yeah, and then so it came down to him and class of 16, which is Antonio's class. They played in the finals, and dude, they were down 10 with like 2:30 left, and I was already hurt, so I was like, fuck it, like I've been here all day, I'm gonna leave. And as soon as I get up, Antonio hits 3 straight threes and like gets them right back in it. And
Fuck it.
I was like, damn, all right, well I guess I'm staying. And they ended up tying it, and they should have gone to a shootout. Like it should have been the 4 players that were on the court shoot threes to win it, like PKs basically.
Yeah, the way they use, yeah.
And Coach Ibarra was like, no, put 3 more minutes on the clock. And I was like, Antonio, don't do it, dude. Like, I was like, their other best player got hurt. I was like, you're screwed. Like, you can't win it
Damn.
without David because David's like 6'3".
I remember
Yeah.
David, yeah.
Yeah,
Antonio could go off, dude. You got to give him credit, man.
no, he can. But I was like, dude, but like your best chance of winning this is, and dude, Antonio played with a hurt. He pulled his hamstring the first game, so he played hurt the rest of the day. And
Mamba
like
mentality, man.
I saw him yesterday. He's still limping. So yeah, it was rough. Roman twisted his ankle.
Pretty bad.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I think Nanda sent us a picture.
Oh yeah, that's right, that's right,
It
that's
was
right.
swollen.
Damn, man.
yeah,
Everybody just got hurt, man. It's just like a hurt festival.
yeah. When I went to go see Dr. Palomera, the first thing he like walked in the door like 8 a.m. and he's like, "So you know who you didn't see Saturday?" And I was like, I didn't know what he was talking about. I was like, "Yeah, I saw your son." So I didn't say it. I was like, "No." He's like, "Me," because this is what happens. He's like, next time I'm going to these events and I'm just handing out my cards. I was like, honestly, it's a good
Easy,
idea.
man. They need to have a Rosti there next time, be a sponsor, like some of these rehab places, because
Literally,
That's
as I was
crazy.
walking out, there was another Central guy walking in. He's like, "Yeah, my shoulder." I was like, "God, dude, all these hardships
Did
just think they can go hard and get hurt."
well, they don't work out for
Get hurt.
363 days out of the year, and I
Because we
think
got
they
the
can just
year,
show up.
because we had a year off too. 2 years
Yeah,
off almost.
3 years. It's been 3 years.
Damn.
Since the last
Or no,
tournament? No, hasn't been that
Yeah,
long.
because
the
COVID
last one was
last year, and then the
18.
last one, and then
No way.
It was because
Yeah,
of COVID.
Because of the gym,
and then,
right?
And then
yeah, the gym,
they were gonna try to do it in the new one, and
That
but it
makes
didn't
sense.
get done
Damn.
until too late.
they ended up just like giving up on it. Yeah.
See, that's where like I honestly like I've always said this. You're not gonna get a ton of buckets out of me. You'll probably get one, maybe two, if you're like if I'm really just on point. But I'm that in like I'm just that guy that's just gonna run around so Joe doesn't get hurt or Tommy doesn't get hurt. You put me in, and you just let me play D and just let me just use my cardio, and then let y'all rest up, and then y'all sub in and y'all score. And I'm
Tommy,
okay with literally like Taz. I mean, just put me in, man. You're gonna see me run everywhere, but
Tommy and Alec were going off, and they said neither of them have played in like since in 3 years. I was like, and then Phil, he was doing good the last game. He was hitting some big shots.
it's like riding a bike,
Y'all
man.
would have won with Johnson.
Oh,
Yeah,
easy.
obviously Cole was doing good too. Dude, it's crazy how he plays on one leg. Like that's just unreal.
What's wrong
Like,
with his other leg?
his legs jacked up, dude, from college.
It's
It's
like
still messed up.
It's like
Yeah.
permanently messed up.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about it.
Really? Like his knee?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Damn, man.
that's why he doesn't really hoop anymore. He just golfs. Like he said, he'll do open gym with his players, but just to give them threes. But every time he would drive, I'd be like, "Bro, don't drive. Like it's okay. We can do it without
painful,
that."
right?
Yeah, I'm like,
It's the years of CYO I played with Cole back in the day, man. It's catching up to him.
yeah,
Hopefully, me and Gabe are back. Me and Gabe will be back
good.
next year.
They need
I
you,
don't know
Gabe.
about after all these injuries. I kind of don't want to. I'm scared.
Steve, did you do anything this weekend?
Nah, man. Nothing as exciting as y'all. I do want to play in the alumni tournament next year, though. I mean, even if I'm there for a few plays out of the tournament, I'd like to contribute.
Yeah, we'll get
Actually, how I want to sponsor the jerseys next year.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I was thinking about it because I saw y'all wore the jerseys. I think Joe had gotten y'all
Yeah,
like a couple years ago, and I was like, damn, I was like, next year I want to sponsor the jerseys, so I'll come up with some cool designs. I got a year to think about it. But
Perfect.
yeah, I know. But I need to be on the team if I'm sponsoring jerseys. I need to put me on.
So Tommy said he has a sternoclavicular sprain, restricted movements and activity.
3 months? Damn.
Yeah, that's ass.
Damn, the injury report looks
Yeah.
worse than NBA.
Nah. G will be there
So,
next year, and G will be doing his little drives. God, I hate him, but yeah, hate his little moves.
I'm telling you, just a couple steals here and there, and pick and roll.
And then what?
Cookie
Pick and
ball.
roll. Little
Like
get
five
inside their head a
spurts.
little bit. That's it. 5 spurts.
So y'all got any recommendations? What have y'all been watching? Anything?
Just Dave.
What?
What did I?
Dave is the only show that I've
Oh.
been watching like consistently.
I've been watching Rick and Morty consistently, but I don't know if any of y'all are fans of Rick and Morty's new season.
Yeah, I like it.
It's definitely it's a lot though. Like it's if you've never watched Rick and Morty before, this season's definitely not a good season to start watching Rick and Morty. I would definitely swing into it on the first few. I was watching Rick and Morty, and then what else did I watch? Oh, obviously, I mean Loki finished up 2 weeks ago. Loki was so sick, yeah. And then What If is supposed to be starting up pretty soon, which I'm pretty hyped about. I still haven't seen. Well, no, I just watched Space Jam, and I hated it, so that was cool.
What?
It just didn't have like. Honestly, I thought the acting was terrible.
They tried.
He tried way too hard to be an actor, and LeBron's just not an actor. Well, you would think he is by the way he complains on the court, but it's just like I don't know, man. The storyline just wasn't. I wasn't feeling the storyline. Like it just felt so like from one scene to the next scene to like it just didn't have any flow, and like honestly the Looney Tune characters just didn't feel like the normal Looney Tune characters. I don't know, man. I did not enjoy it. I didn't even finish it. Fell asleep like right towards like the final game, and that was it.
Oh, well, that's why. That's why you didn't like it. You didn't even watch it. You were too busy sleeping.
I will say I
It was
started falling asleep.
It's boring, man. This is bored.
Yeah, I thought it was. What were you expecting? You're expecting some Marvel shit, like where they connect the whole universe, and all of a sudden you're back in this custom curated thing. Like it was a Space Jam movie. Like the storyline is something that kids could get into. Like it made sense for them, like in their all their games and all that shit. Like
What's what I'm saying? I mean, it's
it was a
100%
Space
kids
Jam movie.
movie. No, no, no. It definitely didn't need to be done though. I think the first one is all we ever needed. We didn't need a second Space Jam.
Nah,
Well, this
I
is
disagree.
technically, and they did one with Brendan Fraser like 3 years later.
What?
Sequel
These-
station.
Already.
Yeah, see, Steve doesn't even know.
I don't think I knew that.
He doesn't have
Yeah.
the history of Space Jam.
They actually they wanted to do like other ones. They wanted one with Jeff Gordon. Didn't they want to do?
I wanted to do like
just
just
like a sports.
Jan Spinells, but
Those
those
never
never
went into production.
So which one are you
Like,
talking about that is in production?
It's called, I forget what it's called, but it's a live action.
18th movie.
That got it.
Where can you? Wait, are we? But we're not talking about like a Space Jam, right? You're just talking live action Looney Tunes.
But yeah, but it's like obviously the same. In the same universe.
Back in action.
Yeah, back. So that was actually.
That became in production.
I believe it was supposed to be like a sequel to Space.
Gordon, I agree.
And they were gonna do with Jackie Chan, but then
Race Jam.
with Jeff Gordon.
Okay, dude, you're just
Those are-
listing
those
out.
are-
You're
yeah,
just
those are
you-
just like.
yeah. Those are just
like-
ideas.
No, they went.
Yeah, I thought you meant like.
They started writing them, but
No,
no,
the
the
one
one
that
that came from that is Back in Action.
Yeah, Back in Action was a movie.
Yeah,
It was
That
in
actually-
2003.
I know, but Gabe's making it sound like they've made all these movies that I just somehow didn't ever watch. Like, it didn't make any sense.
well, Back in Action was one. It's
Fraser was a
it's like a stuntman, like a daredevil.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. I don't know. I mean, it definitely 100% for the kids. I could see kids loving that movie, and you could play that movie on repeat all day for the kids. Being somebody who grew up with the original Space Jam, just not what I was vibing.
Fair.
Which is
Turned
okay.
into
Which
a-
is
yeah.
which
Okay.
is okay. I like the original. Michael Jordan. I'm good with it, man.
I watched the Naomi Osaka documentary on Netflix. That was cool, dude. It's crazy. She's only 23, or when they were
What's that about?
during the filming of that.
She got upset in the Olympics, right? I think.
Yeah, the tennis player, Naomi Osaka. She's like the number one in the world. She's like 23, I think, or
Isn't
probably a
she
little older
dating,
now because I think that was filmed 2 years ago.
she's dating that rapper. What's his name? Corday.
Yeah, she was in the show. I don't know if she still is. Or in the documentary.
What's it on? What's it on?
Netflix.
Oh,
Yeah, it's 3 episodes. It was pretty good. Then I saw. Have y'all seen the This Is Pop on Netflix?
mm-mm.
They're okay. The one that I thought was good was the one with T-Pain and Auto-Tune. That was cool. Just because I like T-Pain.
I do like T-Pain too.
And he was talking about how like everyone roasted him when he first came out with Auto-Tune and like
Then he was on The Masked Singer, and he was like legit singing.
yeah. And then he was like Usher came up and told me that I ruined music. And he was like, I just became depressed for 4 years.
Dude, I'd be depressed if Usher told me that. Man.
He had some
I like Usher.
I remember at one of his mix
states back in college, and he went all just like rapping without auto tune. I mean, I had auto tune here, and he had bars.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. And he was talking about how like he didn't really get the respect he deserved until that Tiny Desk episode, where he sang like "Buy You a Drink" and all that. Which yeah, but it was good. Oh,
So you
that
recommend
was-
you recommend that documentary, Joe?
This Is Pop.
No. The Naomi.
Osaka.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be a little slow at times, but I mean, it's kind
You
of
said it's
like
only
just
3
take.
episodes.
Yeah,
That's
but it's kind of just taking you like through like her life and like you kind of see because like like she was in the news like a couple months ago because she refused to do a post game press conference because she didn't
Yeah.
feel like mentally
She took. I was gonna say she took kind of
Prepared or whatever?
criticism the same way.
people were like roasting her for it and then like you kind of watch this documentary and like Dude, she's been homeschooled her whole life, like nonstop, 24/7 tennis. Like her
I was
social,
gonna say her social skills are probably not up to par.
yeah, they're not like everyone else, like that just had to deal with people 24/7. Like her life was literally like her coach, her parents, a tutor or whatever, like, and her sister. Like it's not like she was just. And I'm not making like an excuse for her, but like when you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, and now she's 23 on like the biggest stage and the number one tennis player in the world, and all this pressure on her, and y'all are mad that she didn't want to do a press conference. Like, come on.
Yeah, then she like ended up withdrawing from the tournament too, I think.
I think they kicked her out, or right? Didn't they
Uh,
like not invite her back or something?
maybe.
It was
It's
it
not.
was like
It's not on the
Yeah.
documentary.
I haven't
No,
finished
because
it, but I don't think so
Oh.
because it was just
it just
like
happened.
3 months ago.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was pretty recent. But yeah, I don't. It's tough. I feel like a lot of like high level athletes go through that though too. You know, like I mean, where that's literally all they do is like, you know, you get homeschooled and like all you do is train and practice and play and. But I knew she grew up like in a completely different like environment.
Yeah, it was in May, it was at the end of May. She withdrew from the French Open because they got mad at her for not doing the after news conference, and so she just withdrew.
Mm.
But I mean, dude, she's a 4-time Grand Slam champion. She's literally like, I guess maybe now she's like 25. Like, give her a break, man.
Is that better than Venus and Serena Williams in terms of like wins and championships and all that?
Not
At
yet.
that
Or like,
age, I don't think so.
or I guess it's not maybe possible because she hasn't played enough, but she is, I guess, expected to be better than Serena, Venus
Serena.
Williams, and all them.
She's like on that level, but dude, the Williams turned pro when they were like 14. And I
Is
know they
anyone
won.
better?
Like one of them won their, yeah. I think
Serena's
Venus
the
or
no. I think
is it
I
Serena?
think I think Serena's the better one, or like the one. Yeah, the more
I have no
But they
idea.
haven't.
that
They
has the
haven't.
most wins
Yeah,
and stuff. It's
Serena has
individual.
73 and Venus has 49, which is still like just
Yeah,
stupid.
Shit.
That's insane, dude.
yeah. And then when they did
As of
the
like recently, though, I think they have been kind of getting knocked out a lot earlier than they used to. So I think they're starting to kind of get beat out. Because now I'll see like in the headlines, I'll get like ESPN notifications like Venus or Serena Williams, loses first round, loses second round of the tournament, and they're out.
Serena got. I remember recently Serena got kind of screwed over. I think it was Wimbledon when because the court was like a little. They were playing after like some rain and stuff, and she ended up like slipping a little and like hurting herself, and she couldn't finish the match. It was like a big like news thing. But
It's trash,
Yeah,
man.
I remember that. All right, fellas. Want anything last?
I guess we'll see what happens in the draft tomorrow, so we could we'll give our opinions and see what the Spurs are looking for. I'm excited, man. Football is right around the corner. My fantasy league that I was in last year, they're already getting talks in preparation for the upcoming draft. So I'm pretty hyped. Football, man, I could taste it. It's right there. I'm excited.
yeah, we gotta do one for real this time. A little bit of
Yeah.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah, might as well.
I'll do 2 leagues max probably, but I'll do one with y'all.
Yeah.
What do y'all like to use, ESPN?
Yeah, that's what we usually use.
Yeah, thanks we used last year. Yeah, I'm down, man. Let's set it up. It'd be fun.
All right, fellas.
All right, fellas.
All right, fellas.